There are many strange happenings, my boy. Many mysteries beyond the power of the human mind to comprehend.
Good morning, guys. We're about to get the bell ring here in just a moment, but let's go. We got that market here. There's the bell. I was waiting for it, but man, that SPY here is starting to fall back down a little bit. I know last week everybody was pretty bullish for the most part, but I feel like everybody's getting to the point of saying, hey, the market is just a little bit too overextended right now, and I kind of feel like heading into this week, what's going to be the big thing on everybody's mind is, hey, is this uptrend going to continue, or are a bunch of bears and a bunch of sellers going to come in and push this thing down? Now, whenever I look at the market this week, I wouldn't be surprised if we fell back a little bit. There's a big support at 433. If we fall under there, well, I think there could be some major problems then. But for this week, if we just chopped around here, that would be pretty normal. Now, I'm hoping for a breakout. You know, a lot of people are probably waiting for that chop or waiting for a pullback. I actually am hopeful on a breakout. So if we see some good movement, like maybe 441 breaks today or tomorrow, that would be a pretty good sign to the upside. Now, obviously, like I keep saying, what's going on here? I feel like we're at a big confliction point. People are thinking we're overextended. People are thinking that this momentum is too strong. It's going to keep going. It's hard to say. You know, it's one of those situations right now where I'm very conflicted. And I look at the SPY and I see it breaking out of like that big channel last week. It actually broke out. It confirmed off the channel and went ripping up. That's a very bullish sign. I doubt that we fall back under the channel. But like, what's important to look at though is, you know, you could fall down and not break the channel, but still be on an overall uptrend. Like, look at how I just drew that out there. You know, we could have like 2 weeks of downtrend and then start ripping up there, and it would be a nice continuation on the long-term setup. So that's something to maybe consider this week, is just some chop. You know, it's the market's conflicted heading into this week. So keep your eyes on the prize, as I like to say. And what's the prize? The biggest stocks of the day. So LI this morning, wow, really good. CCJ's up 2%. Check out CCJ and the uranium stocks. Let's go. Come on, CCJ. Go ahead and break 43.50 to the upside. That would be a beautiful breakout if you could get one. NIO's coming up a little today. That's good to see. Thank God. They're not even up that much, but they're on my watch list. They're up like 1%, but a percent on them is like nothing though. What's up? No business. Yasser, Jason, and P-Cube. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Top of the morning. Yeah. Happy Monday to you. If you guys see any crazy stocks, of course, throw them out there and I'll check them out. So far today, though, nothing too crazy yet. Maybe see NVIDIA here. I see them on the charts. Yeah, good old NVIDIA. 480 support. I'm going to refresh this real quick. Sometimes it stops the lags from happening. Don't worry, that was an old alert, guys. I'm pretty sure. Yep, old. There we go, no more lag. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Yeah, NVIDIA, though, starting to hold pretty well, coming back up to its high from last week. Still seems like the bulls might be in control of that one. Oof, but the SPY itself is finally starting to pull back. This is finally where we pull back. Come on, SPY. Apple's starting to reject too. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. That's a pretty bad rejection there. AMD's really overextended, should see a pullback. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how we've been feeling about so many stocks lately. It's like they're all getting to the point of being very overextended. Now, AMD's overextended, but there's even other stocks out there that are worse. But I see what you're saying. You go to the daily, it's like, see, Microsoft is actually at new all-time highs. I mean, imagine that. What's the percentage on this one? Let's see. Okay, AMD's is higher, so. But yeah, Microsoft, new all-time highs on Friday. Pretty nuts. And we entered into that Neo on Friday as well, or late last week, we should say. Not Friday, but... QQQ, ouch. Yeah, I saw SPY starting to sell. I saw that starting to come in too. QQQ, SPY. Selling over. Brutal there. 438.50. Oh, not the best. Not the best out there. Just gonna sit there and watch this big support coming up right around 438.50, 438.70. You can see it getting close to that red line on my chart. It's gonna be a good zone for the SPY to hit. I'll tell you what, guys, I've got some bad allergies going this morning, so if anything seems a little bit weird from me, just realize that maybe that's the case. Do you think it'll be more red or a green day today? I think a red day. I mean, I've got to go with red day. Now, keep in mind that while I think red day, I'm still going to keep the fact that this overall uptrend is crazy right now, and it just seems like it's almost unstoppable, so... While I'm leaning red, I'm still keeping that possibility of green in the back of my mind so that if it does go green, I don't get too totally stuck in one direction or something like that, essentially. How long after the market opens do the bots start doing their thing? Well, let's see, SurgeBot itself. Let's see the first hit today by SurgeBot. SurgeBot started 1 minute after the market opened today, so it's already going. I know SMBot usually waits a little bit, but again, since the updates, things have changed a little bit, so SMBot starts about 5 minutes after the market opens. SurgeBot starts like literally at the market open. And then, of course, SniperBot will call them out all types of ways. SniperBot will do it all different times, but it's always looking. Keep that in mind. A lot of these bots, even though they might not be calling things out right at open or within the first 5 minutes, they're still eyeing up the data. It just... We understand how many reversals can happen within the first 5 minutes, so it would be useless for people to try and hop on a bot play within the first 2 minutes of open, because it might, you know, you might see SPY jump like 3 points and then come all the way back in the first minute. But that's how I explain that. Mara Xbox said, how's Bitcoin? Are you guys enjoying Bitcoin lately? It's been kind of doing good, but it looks like over the weekend it just did a bunch of nothing. For the most part, though, it looks pretty good. Wow. You know what I really want to see this week is those yields falling down. TNX is actually moving up quite a bit today. US 10Y, that means they're flying. Let's see that daily. Oof. Look at the US 10Y coming back. Uh-oh. Now this is going to be the question, right? The US 10Y comes up. How high is it going to go here in the short term? Are we going to maybe bounce off of this neckline and create like a head and shoulders type of pattern? Or, you know, are we going to get another big secondary run out of the yields? I sure hope we don't get another big run out of the yields, but I'm really going to watch this for a head and shoulders pattern to form because right now it's near perfect. Yeah, I mean, if it... Yeah, I mean, that's pretty darn perfect if it just moves correctly here the next week. All right, guys, like I said, throw out those stocks you're watching today. Hopefully we can find some good ones. Boeing is up 5%. Whoa. Whoa, Boeing. Damn, Boeing really exploded. We gotta find some Boeing news. What the? Wow. Looks like China. China weighs ending freeze on Boeing with 737 MAX deal in the United States. That's pretty big. Emirates announces a $52 billion order for 95 Boeing aircraft. Hell yeah. That's pretty big. Let's go. They're getting a lot of good news today. Everything goes well. Dang. They're really flying. All right, well, I'm going back to the Boeing chart, that's for sure. Sheesh. That's an insane run, 206.50. It just exploded above 200 like it was nothing. I love watching Boeing, as you guys know. It's one of my most watched stocks in the market, so glad to see it recover in here. Although, I never expected this news, but look at how on Friday Boeing consolidated so strongly up here. I mean, it was just right at resistance, just consolidating, never broke out until we got this. That sucks. I always like it when it breaks intraday so you can trade the move, but oh well. Oh my god. Sniper bot just called BA as well. Wow. Come on, Boeing. Keep it going. Don't you dare turn around right there. It's probably going to have a pullback now. Citigroup. Pretty good morning. Breaking 42. Pretty good to see. Getting towards that high range of last week. I'm really waiting for Citigroup just to break this bigger, like 42.50 resistance up here. It's kind of getting pretty close, so maybe create an alert on Citigroup, guys, because it's honestly a pretty good opportunity with how low Citigroup is right now. It's just trading up a little bit, and it's creating great opportunities. You know what else we need to look at very closely today is Penn Gaming. Penn Gaming. Bet ESPN is set to release tomorrow. Seriously, Penn Gaming tomorrow might be nuts. Same thing with Disney. Now they might go down, but I'm just saying that they're going to be nuts probably as far as price action and volatility and news goes. I really think that ESPN Bet ESPN will blow some people's socks off. I think it'll be pretty crazy. I think it'll almost instantly steal the market share away from DraftKings and FanDuel. Not right away, but it will in some places, I think. All right, got to go back to it now. The Boeing. The big dog today. More red or green day? You know, I'm kind of going with a red day myself. I think that we'll have at least like a couple of red days, and then I think the uptrend could maybe still continue. Especially with like the Moody's outlook cut though. I mean, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough to see. That's definitely a big negative I see going into this week. Does that Moody's cut scare any of you guys out there? I'm glad the majority of you guys voted and said stay between 433 and 440 on the SPY. That's probably the smart choice. But that means a lot of you guys are also looking for there to not be much movement this week. Overall, there might be chops here and there, of course. That's a pretty big range, but looking for the general price to stay around the same, though. 10% on QQQ puts so far. Nice, Yasser. Very nice. I like that. A pullback just had to come in, right? I mean, people have been so bearish. It's been like waiting and waiting and waiting for puts, I feel like. But the market says, nope, we're going up. We're going up. And that's where being adaptable and following that momentum is so key. Damn you, Boeing. Rejection at 206.50, right where I had that resistance at. Dang. It did get a little bit too high, I'd say, but sometimes those stocks really continue. Sometimes those breakouts really go. I'm still watching Citigroup. That's going to be a fun one for the next few days. Like I said, create that alert up there. I have the alert at like 42.50. If the banks keep breaking, we'll see this one do well. Somebody say chop the credit card in half. You guys know what the chop's about. We can handle the chop. Boeing drawback. Can you explain buying a put at one strike price and selling a put at a different strike price in one single options play? Yeah, Xbox, and that's essentially a spread. So there's multiple different ways to set up spreads. Let me actually get on the... let me pull up option spreads on Investopedia for you so I can kind of have the real definition there with me, because there's so many different spreads that it just depends on like where you're looking to do that with the strike. Like, is it going to be over the price you bought, under the price? Is it going to be on the same chain? Which would generally make it like an iron, you know, you could do like an iron condor if you want. You just do a vertical put spread. I mean, there's all types of stuff you can do. But that's essentially what you're doing. And the way that you'll set it up is, like, let's say that you have, let's say Palantir right now, and Palantir's at 19 bucks, let's say. So you'll pick that 19 strike. Essentially what you do is you'll buy the 19 strike, let's just say calls, and then, for example, what you could do then is you could sell then like the 20 strike or the 21 strike call, and you got to do some math here, but you'll essentially take the amount that you bought the call for and you'll subtract that from the amount of the call you sold, and then that'll give you an amount. And let's say it's $600 minus $500. That'll give you 100. That'll be your spread price. Is that difference between those two contracts will be how much you profit or lose, essentially. Now that's getting into spreads. Like I said, it's gonna sound confusing, but that's just how spreads are, you know. They literally are confusing until you get used to them. But you'll take the one price you bought for and you'll subtract it from the price you're selling on the strike. And then that'll give you a certain price. And it's going to be different on every options chain, and it'll be different depending on which strikes you pick and which strikes you pick, and then also which spread your strategy is running in. Like we're saying, are you going to do an iron condor? Is it just a vertical spread? Like, want to find a good I want to get you a good, here we go, a good article that has like all the different examples in there for you. Here we go. Here we go. This one. So vertical spreads, horizontal spreads, diagonals. I mean, there's a lot. And then sometimes you'll hear funny ones, right? Like a butterfly, or what are the really funny ones? Like a gecko or something. There's so weird of names. There's so many weird ones, but yeah, that's a good way Purdy's explaining it too. It's just a call or a put, but you're adding a hedge with an option essentially. When you sell that option against the call you bought, it's like hedging in a way, because if it doesn't go your way, the call you're selling will still win because you're selling that to open, whereas the call you bought will lose because it, you know, goes down. So yeah, that kind of is how it goes, Xbox. Or like if like let's say that you buy a call, like it can go up an unlimited amount, you know what I'm saying? But you can only lose a certain amount. So keep that in mind too. Like if you start to get really good growth, yeah, I see what you're saying, Xbox. That's like a perfect way to say it in a way. What's up, Sloshy? Jason. But yeah, we actually have an advanced options course that Mike made. He made it about a year ago, and it's pretty big. I think it's like 20 to 25 hours worth of just options videos going over every type of spread, tons of different strategies. It's called the Advanced Options course Mike made. It is a little bit more expensive, but keep in mind that it's generally for people that have like a larger account. So we want to make sure that whenever you get into those types of more advanced strategies, that you have the account to back it up. Now keep in mind, just a vertical spread is fine. That's not going to be too crazy for your account. But once you start getting into more advanced stuff and you start selling puts and then doing stuff with your shares, that's where it gets a little bit more, we'll say, lucrative and a little bit more expensive. But good job, Palantir. Damn you, Tesla messing up the selling momentum. What? Yeah, it is kind of, I guess, running right back up. How's Apple and Microsoft? Whoa, Apple just made new lows on the day, so definitely different. Yeah, same thing with Microsoft. Don't forget the Fit Beagle. What the hell is that, Rick? I have no idea, but it sounds funny. You can use spreads to lower your cost of options as well if you're trading expensive options. Yeah, exactly. Because you can subtract that, the one you sold. Oh, I see now, Rick. Now I get it. Now I get it. I thought it was like a Thanksgiving type of joke or something. I see what you're doing now. We should make our own spread up called the Lumpy Chicken. That would be pretty good. Hey, don't forget, guys, McDonald's. I believe that the McRib is back today. So guess what Tom's getting for lunch? Oh, you know it. You already know what he's getting for lunch. The McRib today. So everybody, go check out McDonald's at lunchtime. Get yourself the McRib. Post a picture up in the off-topic part of the Discord and say, hey, Tom, love the McRib or something. That would be hilarious if there were like 20 McRib pictures posted in there today. The crippled turkey. Those are pretty funny names. Yeah, you know, AVGO was great last week. I think it's very important to check in on Broadcom. And of course, it's pulling back. But it had that great candle last week. I mean, that was a fantastic breakout candle. On the daily, it broke out to new highs. It got a good run. I mean, it was the spitting image of what you would want on a breakout. And now AVGO is starting to pull back a little bit. Not too crazy, but, you know, whenever you go on a big run like that, it's bound to happen. I feel like the market's the same way. Honestly, QQQ looks like AVGO on the chart. Not quite the same, but close. So as QQQ pulls back here, I'm going to be watching a few areas of support. The main areas like 373, 374. So I'll be watching that very closely. Now 375, 374.80. There's some support right there too. So I pretty much have all the levels marked here on the chart that I'm watching to the downside. To the upside, there's not really much to watch. Maybe 377, 378.50. There's just like no true price action here because we haven't been here in a while. You know, we literally hit there on Friday. Now we're falling back. Uh-oh. Somebody in Discord said they just went full margin short. They just used up all their margin shorting the SPY or something today. Like, what the hell? That's wild. Let's see how your guys' poll is doing. I'm curious how the poll is going here. 29 votes. 3% say breakout. Oh my god. Wow, nobody's looking for a breakout here this week. Damn. That's surprising to me. Very surprising. Whoa, Citigroup just got the breakout. Let's go. Come on, Citi. Let's see it. There we go, Citigroup. Yes. That's nice. Someone is asking me about Tesla, though. QQQ. Man, it's crazy. Tesla's going against the market. Wow. Janet won't let us down. Are you talking about Yellen? You're talking about Janet Yellen. That's what you got to be talking about. What's Yellen doing this week? Does she have a speech or something, or? $67% off. I guess it is. Let's see. I know you can use code 2023 to get some more off. If you wanted to. Use code 2023 to get some more off. Transitory, hell yeah. She better come out and say transitory. No, that was actually really annoying. I know a lot of people don't like Powell because of that. Powell usually gets a lot of press, and, you know, people are always looking at what he says, but I feel like a lot of people don't like him, honestly. Or they're just very indifferent on him to slightly negative. Don't forget, though, on Friday when the market closed, what did we have come in? We saw Moody's do the cut. Remember? They cut their outlook to negative, citing deficits and political polarization. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that. Our deficit is so bad. I don't know how we can even get away with some of the stuff that we do. When I say we, I mean like our Congress, I guess. I do not. He's the reason we are here. He's fixing his own mistakes. He might be. Jason said, do you think Powell will be out if Trump gets elected? Jason says, I do. You do? You do realize who put Powell in, don't you, Jason? You realize that Trump was kind of like very pro-Powell, and he put him in. He could ask for his resignation, but I don't know, Jason. I don't think he'll be out. I don't. I actually sometimes believe that, now this might be a little bit going down the rabbit hole here, so, you know, put on your tinfoil hats, guys. But I actually believe that Powell has been secretly, like, doing stuff with the Federal Reserve to maybe... Now, keep in mind, this year's been better, but I feel like that what they've done, and with the timing, it was just very fitting that it happened all during Biden's presidency, didn't it? I mean, it was just very fitting, you know, so I'll just leave it at that, but I think you guys kind of catch my drift on that one, but very fitting to do all this during that presidency, you know, make it look bad, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the money printers will be turned back on when Trump comes back. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Hopefully they can kind of set the economy up for that in a good way. Powell pissed Trump off sometimes. I mean, but keep in mind that Powell he has a weird job, you know, his job is very crazy. He pissed Trump off sometimes, but I think at the end of the day, what he does is still, for the most part, right? But, you know, we won't get too deep into that. Was there any news? NVIDIA had a big green candle. Yeah, NVIDIA actually did have some news today. I heard that this morning there was some chip news. Their new chips were unveiled, and they came out with, I think, the fastest AI processors ever. I'm not sure on that, but they said it's double the speed of their old chips. So it's called the H200 chip, and the big one is the H100, but they unveiled this right at 9 a.m. this morning Eastern time. NVIDIA Grace Hopper Superchip powers Jupiter, defining a new class of supercomputers to propel AI for scientific discovery. Powered by NVIDIA Grace Hopper. Grace Hopper? What the? That's a weird... I almost said grasshopper, but... Yeah, they unveiled these new chips this morning, so that's probably why they're going nuts. Now, I don't think that there's going to be any... Like, this candle here is pretty normal. If we look at the 1 minute candle from open, it's very close on the size. But I think it's just hype coming in off of that chip. So watch out for that. And watch out for that market to maybe continue here. I mean, SPY's right on our support, 438.50. Definitely watching that area very closely, 438 and 438.50. Definitely on watch. It sucks that Neo sucks. That sucks for our big money play on Neo, but still holding up though on support. We need to see a real hold come in though. A real hold, and they need to get some good news on Neo. I better not see any more bad China news. I'll tell you guys what, I watched the Republican presidential debate the other day. Holy hell, I thought that was just like an anti-China 2-hour episode. I feel like every question with that was China. I was like, holy shit, does China run us that much? Like, I was like, you guys have to talk about China for like the majority of the debate? Like, pretty wild to me. Diz pushing thoughts on Baidu here. Disney, really? All right, Disney. Hey, there we go. Starting to come back a little bit. Don't forget about Penn. Bet ESPN and Penn tomorrow morning. I don't know when it releases tomorrow, actually, but I want to see some crazy movement come in. I'm trying to find something funny. Couldn't find it. Damn. Didn't you hear our local issues have all been resolved? Yeah. I know, right, Jane? Our local issues are all resolved, so that's all they can talk about now is China. More cooked books. I feel you there, Ponzi. They really cooked the books. Does the new chip run Doom at 8K? I'll be honest, Jason, I bet you it would run Doom at 8K. The problem is that it's not a true GPU, but I don't know. How would that work? Let me look that up. H100 GPU. Playing, we'll say, Arma 3. I don't know. None of these people. See, I don't even know if you can use those cards for games or not, but that would be pretty sick. Imagine that. You got like so much money that someone comes to your house and they're like, oh yeah, I got this graphics card. What do you got? They're like, I got the H200. That would like blow my mind if someone said that. Doom at 8K, that'd be sick. I have a RTX 3080 in my computer, and I got a 4K screen, and I can hardly run the best games. Like Starfield barely runs on 4K. Escape from Tarkov runs, but sits at like 70 to 80 frames. So, like, it's not the best, but not the worst. It's just coming out right. Whoa, Cornish put a picture of Heinz. What the? Look at this stuff, guys. Heinz ketchup is coming out with pickle flavor ketchup. What in the hell? Pickle ketchup is in the United Kingdom and it'll be here early 2024. Ugh. I don't know about that. You guys would laugh at me. Me and my girlfriend just went to the Walmart yesterday for fun. Not for fun. I was like, we had some dinner at a smokehouse by us, and I was like, yeah, you know, let's head to Walmart after. I want to get some stuff. So we hopped in there, and I was looking at the ketchup because you know, me and Cornish always talk about it. I was gonna send Cornish a picture of the ketchup, but I felt bad, so I didn't want to send it. But yeah, I essentially, the pickle ketchup would really, really gross me out. But where I was going with the Walmart story is Cornish will be mad at me again because, ooh, I grabbed the great value ketchup. It's nuts. For $1.50, you can get the same size ketchup is what costs a craft bottle like $4 or $5. I mean, it's insane. And I tried to get craft. It was funny. I tried to get craft and I couldn't get it. My girlfriend was like, nope, you're not getting that craft. And I'm like, yes, I am. She's like, nope, you're not. And I'm like, is there a smaller one I could get? You know, I was like, she didn't let me get it though. What's wrong with relish? Relish sounds good. I don't know about pickle ketchup though. Kitty barf, yeah. That doesn't sound appealing. Yeah, I know, right? Now I'll say this. It's probably just a bunch of pickle juice and ketchup. I don't know. That would be pretty wild, though, if it really was good. I mean, you would think that they tested it, right? All right, what's the watch list looking like? Blink leading the way today, 6%. That's weird. That's weird for Blink. All right, LI is up almost 5%. Not bad. Boeing's up 4%. Boeing had that great move, but starting to reject now. That was a great move this morning by them. They're gonna be on watch all week now. They had a bunch of different news pieces come out. They apparently sold some airlines, or somebody made a big order with them for like 95 planes. I mean, that's pretty wild. Another order. They had some other news too. SE. SE earnings tomorrow, SM is asking. Yeah, so here's the earnings chart for this week if anyone wants to give it a screenshot. This is the chart. But tomorrow, what are we getting? SE in pre-market. That's the big one everyone's watching. I'm a fan of SE. I have no big thoughts on it as a company, though, as far as revenue or anything goes. I don't have enough information about this one to give a good suggestion, or what I would say a good guess. Because honestly, whoever is guessing earnings, they could say that it's an educated guess. They could say whatever, but at the end of the day, it's a guess. So, whereas on Tesla, you know, I had a lot more information for my guess with them. Like, I knew that they were losing margin because of the cars coming down in price. There were a bunch of things that I was looking at with Tesla to the downside, company specific. Whereas SE, I don't really have any company specific news that I've seen or anything about them. But as far as support goes, they're down around that 40 support, looking great. I would expect that they eventually fill this gap. I don't think it'll happen right away, but maybe with earnings, that'll be where they start to get, is up into that gap. That would be perfect for them. Corbin said they have Cranch. Yeah, ketchup and ranch. I've seen that. They also have mayo chup. I think it's called mayo chup. My girlfriend buys those. It grosses me out. Like, she literally buys, like, this. This stuff. Here it is. This is what she buys. I couldn't eat it. I'll be honest. Like, whenever I couldn't even, like, try it. It just bothered me. Weird ketchup flavors. Tapatio ketchup. Spicy ketchup. Heinz even has a spicy one. Ew. Look at this. Wasabioli. Ew, that sounds so gross. Tartar sauce ketchup. This wasabi has me really grossed out now. Let's go look at Kraft. I'll tell you what, they actually look pretty good on the daily chart. This is exactly what you want to see out of a stock like them. Like a little gap down like this or a little drop. See all those red candles? That's the perfect start to a stair-step pattern. I love the stair-step pattern. One of my favorites. And this is a pretty bullish sign coming from the bottom of that pattern. I would think that in the short term, this retests 33.50 at least, if not 33.75. Thoughts on BKNG Booking? BKNG, that's a pretty good stock. Booking Holdings, common stock, yeah. Doing really well here. I'll be honest, this thing is like the S&P 500 or something. What the? Almost up to $3,200 a share? A contract, I said. A share. That's pretty wild. $3,100? I mean, what the? Let's go look at SPX. It's at 4,300. That's just weird. You just normally don't see them this high. They'll usually split and come back down by then. The only other ones I know is this like CPTLE or Chipotle. What is Chipotle? CMG, that's it. CMG. They're another expensive one, but yeah, weird. Booking Holdings definitely doing very well short term. I would think that this could continue tomorrow, but I don't think that there's many days left. And what I would say here is it's double topping near perfect at like 31.36 or 31.40, I guess you could say. Very close to 31.40. We're seeing a double top, so watch out for that. Helping somebody out with support. Let's see Boeing if we zoom out further on a daily. What's the next big level coming up? 208 and 210. Oh, yeah. Okay, trading day over for me. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Good shit, Jane. You're over quick. Nevin says, give us your music playlist. Here, I'll send you the link for this. Here's the link. It's just called like Funk Mix. Phonk. Funk. Kind of crazy. Wow. Tomorrow is the CPI report for inflation. Yes, it is. Tomorrow morning, 1 hour before the market opens, we will have that CPI report coming out. So that is I'm actually really glad you said that so that we could alert everybody to this, because there might be some people out there who didn't know about this or something. So good point. Yes, we have the inflation report tomorrow morning, 1 hour before the market opens. Be careful swinging tonight. If you have short-term options that expire, let's say today, today or tomorrow, or even this week, right? If you're trading SPY, they could expire soon. But you get what I'm saying. If you have short-term expirations, be careful holding those through tonight. We never know how this inflation number is going to come out. The cool thing is that they're actually expecting the year-over-year inflation rate to come down again. It was at 3.7% on the last reading. They're expecting it to come in now at 3.3%. That's quite a bit lower. Let's actually go back to the chart. 3.3% would put us like back down here in the mid-range of the recent levels. So that would be cool. And imagine if inflation falls more than that. Maybe the market would love that. You know, we don't know. It's hard to say. But one thing to keep on watch is this number, and this data point is coming, what? Right as the SPY's confirming and breaking out of a channel. So if the data is really bad, you would think it would push us down into the channel again, or at least get us back to the channel for a test. If it's good, I would think that we break 442 and the SPY starts to run maybe towards like 444. 444 is the main next resistance I'm watching for sure. After 442 and 440 breaks, or right around 440, I guess we would say is a big level here, but that's what I'm looking at here. And I'm looking at the inflation data thinking that the market will love that. But the number has to come in low. If it misses and it comes in at like 3.6% instead of 3.3, that would still mean inflation fell a little bit, but it would just be very, against the expectation. So maybe it's a unique way of funk. Maybe so, actually. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. Or maybe they use like phonographs or I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking today. Let me know what other stocks you see. I'm going to bring up my watch list again here. Boeing still up at the top, of course. CCJ held its ground today. Yeah, CCJ. Nice, nice. NVDA 490 resistance overhead. That's pretty big. 490. Seems like that's right where it's rejecting today, but Nvidia got another breakout coming. I mean, Nvidia is going to be $500 again soon. Nvidia is 2 green days away, or 1 possibly, from hitting the all-time high. Wow. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now. Literally just a couple weeks ago, at the end of October, whenever Nvidia was low, I feel like everybody was looking at like this stock to die, just down to like 300 or something. I still think it could, just maybe not right now. And the market is getting these big breakouts with these channels. I mean, QQQ is breaking its daily channel like nothing. The SPY is breaking out of its channel. That's huge. That is huge. Very important that these stocks break these channels and hold. It's usually a very bullish sign if these channels break. Here's something I really like to explain. We know that this is a daily chart, so we kind of have skewed ideas going in. You know, we say, well, the market's up way too much. There's been way too many green days. The inflation report, this and that and the next. If this was a 1 minute chart and you saw the channel breaking like this, you'd be like, calls, calls, calls. But since it's a daily, it's hard for people to think that way. So I really love that about the market. I love going out to the daily time frames and finding these channels and these patterns and these breakouts, and then using that information to help you with day trade. So like, we're breaking this channel here. Honestly, it's probably best to have a bullish tendency right now. The channel's breaking. I know everybody's thinking puts because the market's overextended, but the market goes on weird runs sometimes, and it goes against the averages at some point. Intraday support on SPY holding up for sure. Nice. 438.50 on SPY, okay. Thanks, I didn't sell it. I was about to sell NVIDIA. Whoa, PQ. If you're taking profits on calls, it might not be a bad idea. MDB near resistance. Let's see. Mongo. Yeah, it is. It's getting close. 382.50, 383.50, somewhere right around there. A lot of chop the last time it was in that range. Cool Guy said, doesn't the CPI report get affected by the price of crude oil? Yes, it does. Crude oil affects inflation, if that's what you're asking, essentially. Now, keep in mind, core inflation excludes food and energy. So if you're looking at the core inflation rate, that one does not get affected by crude oil. But the overall inflation rate does get affected by crude oil. Now, crude oil is not going to be the main driver of inflation, okay? Sure, if oil's going up, it generally shows, and it generally will bring inflation up, especially if oil rises too much. But what I'm saying is, like, it's not the end-all, be-all, right? Like, the Federal Reserve and their interest rate decisions matter a lot. What they're doing, if they're selling treasury bonds or not, you know? I mean, it really depends on a multitude of things, but that is something that does play a role, yes. Not on the core, though, like we said, because core excludes food and energy. Now, I heard this from Warren Buffett a long time ago, and you guys will probably get a kick out of this. If you like this, smash up the like button, guys. Let's go. If you like Warren Buffett, hit that like. So there was a thing from Buffett a long time ago, and I watched it happen live. I cannot find the video anywhere, but I remember watching this. It was like a replay of one of his shareholder days or investor days or whatever they call that. Shareholder meeting, I guess. He said, specifically talking about inflation, he said, I don't know what's more core, food or energy, because they call core inflation the inflation that excludes food and energy. And he goes, I don't know what's more core to the economy, food or energy. So, like, it's kind of dumb that they call it core inflation because, well, energy is very important for inflation. So is food. So I don't know. I've always been with Buffett on that. I've always thought that was hilarious.
Today, Junior?
God damn it! Every time I stutter, this guy makes fun of me, man. I don't get it. Every time. I told him we're not in the third grade. I love that movie, guys. Billy Madison, if you haven't seen that. Great movie. One that I gotta watch soon is Big Daddy. I love that movie. And no, I'm not talking about Big Daddy Powell. Tom, I watched this live a long time ago about Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett. Yeah, maybe 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, to him, that's not a long time, right? Yeah. Warren's like, oh, man. The AC 130. Poor inflation, but I need to get a job at a buffet. Yeah, I got a job at a buffet. Oh, shit. What's the deal with ACRS? Don't know if he already discussed this. ACRS. Hey, good question. It's always good to throw it out there. I do not deal with these types of stocks usually. This is a stock that is so unsafe that I would never trade it. I don't know what's going on with it right here. I don't know if they did an offering or what in the hell. This is actually I'm gonna go look up the news though, but holy shit. Okay, so it's an arthritis company. They released top-line results from a phase 2B study. Uh-oh. The study revealed 2 doses versus placebo. They had an inadequate response to MTX alone, which is the name of their stuff, I guess, MTX. So it looks like the study did not go well for them. And this is why I hate these stocks. These types of pharmaceutical and therapeutical stocks, we'll generally never hit on them too much here on the channel. Because like I said, they're just so useless, right? Like Nvidia or something, just so much better to trade. Like whether you're swinging it, holding it long term, I mean, it's just not anything's better. The options are better. But yeah, that's a weird stock. ACRS. Can't believe it died that much. I mean, that is a big drop, but that happens sometimes when those studies go south. Whenever I was a brand new trader, like whenever it was like my first 2 years of trading, we'll say, I actually used to be huge into these pharmaceutical stocks. Oh, I would go all balls deep into these things. I would be all over pharma stocks, and I'd be like, oh my God, they're about to come out with a new drug for eyesight. Yes, it's going to fix everyone's eyesight. And I was like, you know, we're getting calls, and the owners of these drug companies would give like little speeches, and they would go to events and say, this is what we're doing, invest in us and all this. And you know, I used to fall victim to a couple of those. I'm glad I learned while I was young though. Now I don't have to deal with that. When did you start trading? Back in like 2015, 2016 is when I started. I started off on my grandfather's account, and then I turned 18 like 6 months to a year later, and then started doing it all on my own accounts. He was nice enough though to let me do it with his name for a little while. You know how that is when you're young. You got to be 18 to trade, so you know, normally parents make it for you, but my parents aren't very helpful with that type of stuff, so I had to go to grandpa. If I came to my mom and I'm like, Mom, will you make a brokerage account for me? She would have been like, hell no. You don't know what you're doing. She's not a big fan of all this type of stuff. She is a loan officer though, so, or loan officer's assistant. She does loans, we'll say, for people. So she is into this type of market a little bit, but not. She's not a big fan of like trading and stocks and all that. I don't know. She just don't believe in it or something. But then again, they're kind of the type of people that, like, if you told them like Albert Pujols or Patrick Mahomes or something makes like $40 million a year, they would be like, that's way too much or something. They just don't like the concept of making money, I guess, but or more money than the normal person, I guess. I will say this though, most people who are like that generally don't have a lot of money, so I always love hearing people say that though, because I'm always like, yep, I know who not to listen to about money now. Me and my grandpa used to play chess for hours. That's awesome, Llama. I love chess. I suck at it now, but wasn't ACRS mentioned as a big money play? Was it? It could have been. I just don't remember. Oh, wow. Holy shit, it was. Wow. Damn. Well, I don't mess with pharmaceutical stocks anyways. Whether or not it was a big money play on the nightly videos or something, personally, I never touch these stocks. Like pharmaceuticals, therapeutics, anything like along that line. But yeah, I guess it was a big money play. I didn't realize that. I prefer big money plays like on stuff like Neo or something. You know, something like that. ACRS. Damn, that is quite the move. Go look in Discord at this message that this person just asked us. I am so confused. One of my favorite games. Nice. Look at Tessie for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to get off this screen. Tesla's coming up. Here's what I got to say about Tesla is, you know, we've been watching these trend lines on Tesla for a long time, right? It started breaking under the trend, and lately it's been hitting the trend and kind of confirming off of it and back down. So I'm sitting here like watching that confirm off, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, this is kind of wild looking. Looks like it's like confirming and coming down pretty hard though. Yeah, I guess that was big money play to the upside. I'm still messed up in the head by ACRS, just how much it had fallen. I mean, it's wild. I normally don't even like looking at those, but I mean, that one was a big drop. All right, so Tesla's right into resistance here. Not my favorite setup here, that's for sure. There's been consistent hits off this wick right here. All right, sorry about that. I had to check out Tesla for someone in Discord, but I'm watching Tesla up here into the 221 resistance, and I'm watching it and thinking, when are we going to start moving back down, right? When? Hopefully sooner rather than later. But I'm just like waiting for this resistance to hit and for Tesla to start to fall. Whenever you look at the daily chart like this is usually a pretty bearish sign that Tesla fell out of the range and out of the wedge. And it's even confirming off of that. So it's having a lot of problems getting up. If there's a bigger rejection coming in here, I think Tesla will start to retest 200 soon. I really do. I think there'll be a test of 200 sometime soon on Tesla. You know, unless the market just rips. If the market just explodes, then, and the SPY just keeps going up, then I guess it can follow, but man, Tesla, that's nuts. Yeah, that was like a dip buyer's dream today. We'll admit this, I don't like the amount of money football players make compared to soldiers. Both step on a helmet, get down and dirty, but one is a sport for nothing, and the other's your life is on the line. You know, Xbox, that's what everybody brings up as a talking point. Stuff like that, they'll say, well, what about policemen? What about military people? Keep in mind that those people have a choice to be in the military. You know, most do. They have a choice. They chose that. You know, they chose it. Do I think that they should make more? Yes. But do I think that it's fair to get mad at a football player for that? You could say the same thing about bankers. I mean, what about bankers? You know, Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan shouldn't make as much as he does then, you know, because, you know, same thing with Jeffrey Bezos. What about Elon? Elon shouldn't. I don't like saying that about people because I love that I love the freedom in this country. Everybody has a choice. You know, you can choose to put all your effort into football, and if you make it into that, you're like a celebrity, you know? And I think it's fair that they're allowed to get paid what they get because it's a free country. You know, that to me, I don't like when people, it's a good talking point. I get what you're saying with that, and I agree that military people should get more money. I 100% agree with that, but people always bring up those talking points and make it seem so bad, but in reality, it's like, you know, come on, like there's tons of choices out there that people could make or do or whatever. And it's always been this way, you know, like people used to say that Babe Ruth made too much back in the day. You know, I mean, I don't argue against what you say. I'm not saying it to be mad. I just see financial difference, and it's like, it's a weird kind of thing. Or it's a WTH kind of thing, yeah. I get you there. I wonder how much variation there is in military pay. Sloshy, there's quite a bit of variation. I know that there's a few people in here who have been in the military. Yeah, and Xbox, like, I get it, like, if there's, like, a draft or something. I mean, now that's just terrible, but I mean, to be honest, like, I love the United States so much that, like, I would almost, like, if we got into, like, a super, super, super bad war, like, we would just have to fight. We would have to fight for the United States anyways, you know? I would have to do it for free. I would almost do it for free. Because it's like, at that point, it's just so imperative that we win that I would almost do it for free, but But it'd have to be pretty bad, you know. I feel what you're saying, though, guys. I feel you. It is kind of a big difference. G.I. Joe and his G.I. What? Yeah. I don't know about all that, Corbin, but... All right. Boeing moving up here. Very nice moves. 206.50. Nice, nice. Maybe it'll start to break out again. I know it's been one of the hotter stocks of the day. Kraft Heinz. I can't believe Kraft is in the top 10 on my watch list. That's weird. Seeing it move up. My son's an E3 and he makes about $1,800 a week. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. That is $7,200 a month. Wow. I mean, that's a lot for something like that. I thought they would have got paid less. Huh. Interesting. I'm glad, though. I'm glad that that's the number. Maybe it's because he's an E3. I had some buddies who, like I said, most of my friends in real life are military servicemen. I don't know why that is. I actually really wanted to be military, but we kind of started stocked up like right around then, and I was a little bit skinny at the time, so, well, I'm still skinny, but you know, there were two issues with it. The job and then the size difference. I like barely made the threshold to get in, but my parents really hated the fact that I wanted to go in too. Like, I wanted to go into the Marines and they hated it. They were like, no, no, no. Looking back, I should have just done it. You know, I should have just done it, but then I wouldn't be here. So maybe I shouldn't have done it. You know, I probably wouldn't be here right now if that were the case. So it all worked out. It all worked out good. If you thought freedom was free, you're dumb. Yeah, it all gets paid for by somehow. Comes from taxes or something. Oh, every 2 weeks. I see, Jason. Now it sounds more normal to me. Now that seems more normal. Nice. My little brother's is a signal intel officer. Nice. That's cool. One of my best buddies growing up, he ended up joining the Marines, and me and him always had, like, you know how, like, whenever you're growing up, you know, you're like, I'm gonna be a sniper or something like that. He legit became a sniper. It was pretty cool. Actually became a sniper. It was pretty sick. All right, Spy, what are we doing here? Just moving around in the channel? Get us some better movement coming in. I guess Tesla's the only fun one to watch today. Breaking 221 like it's nothing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Broke through like nothing. Breaking 221. Yeah, 222 even it got to. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, he ended up being a real sniper, which was kind of cool. Can do Tesla calls now? With a question mark? Well, I mean, it is breaking out. If you really wanted to give it a shot, you could. It's not my favorite play, though, today. Tesla calls. It's running up into resistances. Now, we did just break 221 and 220, but now we have 222, and even bigger, I think, is like 223. So, it's going to be a tough one. I'm going to try to really watch this. I heard Disney's doing good, guys. Oh, it's doing all right. Not the best. I thought it was going to be really breaking. Somebody really got going at it on the in Discord. I thought it was going to be like running up insane. What's this? Exxon seeks to become leading lithium producer for electric vehicle stocks. Wow, Exxon, that's pretty big news. Let's go type them in. Are they running? Yeah, they're trying. Down around the 102.50 support. Ooh, maybe this will be what brings Xbox back. That could be awesome. Yeah, that's actually really smart by Exxon and Mobil, in my opinion, to become the leading lithium producer for EVs. That's a big goal that they have, but I think that that's extremely smart. Extremely smart. Keep in mind that Exxon, we all know them as being the oil company or the gas. You know, they refine gas, they bring us oil, they do all types of stuff, right? So whenever I think of Exxon, you don't think of electric vehicles usually, but they are smart and they know the game, and they know that the energy game is changing. The whole energy game for the entire world is becoming different. They know that they have to get into this now so that whenever the EVs do end up becoming more standard, which we all know that that's coming, the question is when they do become more standard, they'll be at the top of the game. Very smart by Exxon, actually, I think, on this. And even if they can't get it done in a huge way, at least creating the positive PR and getting that positive press as far as that goes in the beginning now is smart. Very smart by them. It might keep their stock higher rather than having like a big swing. Like, let's say, for example, that, you know, they come out with some law that bans gas cars or something. Exxon's gonna tank, right? Well, maybe because of this, Exxon won't tank as bad. Imagine if BP said, well, we're not getting into EVs, and then that happens, well, they're probably gonna die. So it's smart by Exxon to do. Very smart. All around smart to get into this. To me, if you say it's not smart, something's wrong, but looks like Zom learned lessons from Kodak, who let go of the digital camera adoption to Sony and then died. You know, that makes sense. Kodak. Yeah. Kodak, now see, Kodak, they should have, if they were smart back in the day, Kodak would have started getting into the phone game. If they were really smart, I think that they would have gotten into phones a little bit, but imagine that. They're already known for the best cameras, and then they just start coming out with great phones with pictures. They could have been Apple. They could have been Apple if they would have done that. But it would have taken a big pivot, a pivot that I'm sure a bunch of old people in the company boardroom wouldn't want to do. So, and I'm sure it took a while for that whole camera business to fade out. All right, Tessie, not bad. 221.50. It's holding its ground well, but it's getting up into the chop zone. I hope it keeps running, but I just... It's one that, again, it's in a spot today I don't like to play it necessarily. Oh, Sloshy, that's a smart idea too. They could have provided the camera for the phone companies. Yeah, great idea. Yeah. And see, that's the problem, Xbox. Kodak was presented the digital option. I don't know about all that, but exactly. They didn't pivot as a company, and they didn't innovate to keep up with the times. You know, they stuck with their tried and true. But in reality, they needed to maybe innovate a little bit, get into the phone business, start selling phones, cameras for phones and stuff, you know, that might have been a much better way to go. But like you said, Xbox, they couldn't see it as the future. And that's the problem. It's hard to get those things. Like, imagine someone comes to, let's say they come to StockedUp, and they're like, you need to leave Discord and go to Team Chat or whatever's next, right? After Discord, right? They'll be like, you need to leave Discord and go to the next big thing. And then we're like, nope, we're sticking with tried and true Discord. But then after 3 to 5 years, everyone leaves Discord and goes to Team Chat. Or I made that up, okay? I was trying to think of Team Speak, but imagine everyone leaves and goes to that then. Well, you got to innovate and follow it, right? So, like, we would, you know, hopefully, before everyone left, kind of get into the other one too. You know, as a business, that's stuff you got to think about. Gold is rising. GLD. Let's see. Nice. I saw it falling off today. I was actually hoping that gold would be going up more, but it actually fell down because I saw it moving up in after hours on Friday, and I was like, yes, gold's popping. Maybe that Moody's news has gold popping a little bit, but then it came right back like it was nothing. So good thing it's coming back up. I hope it gets higher, but I don't know. Gold has been up quite a bit lately. The market's overextended. Gold's overextended. I mean, everything's overextended right now in the short term. At least gold's been going down for a few days, though. SPY is still up around highs. Look at SPY. It's about to continue on the run. Oh, this is funny. Oof. Support held up pretty big on SPY there at 438.50. Don't forget about the channels breaking. It's a bullish sign. It doesn't mean the market's going to rip because of this, but man, usually a very bullish sign to see a channel break like this with this perfect of bounces. That's the thing. The perfection behind the bounces is honestly what gets it even better. I'm texting my girlfriend right now going, please find out if the McRib is by us yet. Don't forget today's McRib day, guys. If you stuck with us through the stream today, I said this at the beginning. I want to see as many pictures of McRibs in the chat as I can. I know it's not out in every town yet, but try to do as many as I can. Powell the printer using AI to bounce them. I guess. He's got those algos. Mike says Yahoo chat. Uh-oh. What about AOL? I'm not gonna lie, if you still use AOL today, you're stuck in the past. Don't at me. Wow. That's pretty crazy, Xbox. I can't believe they were presented it and then told no. That sucks. I know the sniper bot play today hasn't been the best so far. It's been Boeing. Boeing is coming back a little bit now, but it just took a major dip. figured I'd mention that because, you know, not every sniper bot play is going to win, you know? Not every play is going to win. You got to keep that in mind. Wow. I like what Mike said there. Not every play or not every day can be filled with 4 800% runners. Exactly. That is one thing that does make me feel pretty bad, though, is like if somebody over leverages and then they don't trade the right way and then one play loses and you just went all in on one play, well, then you're screwed, you know, and I feel terrible for that. But at the same time, like, you've got to understand that there's gonna be losses, you know? Like, you can't be going all in because if it ends up losing, it's terrible. You might lose 3 in a row and then win 5 in a row. Or lose 3, win 2, lose 2, win 3, lose 1, win 3. Again, like, it could go all ways. Imagine it like a baseball player getting base hits. That I really love saying that. It's almost like having a batting average in baseball, right? It's close. Except in baseball, you bat 300. In this, you're trying to bat more like 600. CRWD is breaking out. CrowdStrike. Nice, it is. I like this setup today. Breaking 200 bucks. Ooh, not bad. CrowdStrike, $200? That's okay. Interesting.
There are many strange happenings, my boy. Many mysteries beyond the power of the human mind to comprehend.
I did a big cleaning yesterday of a computer room from 1998. I'll show you guys the picture I put in the off-topic channel. Look at this. I was cleaning and I found a CD set from the Office 97 kit where you get Windows 98, Excel 97, Outlook 97, Word 97, Access 97, and PowerPoint 97. Like, what? I was sitting here just going, what the hell am I seeing right here? Literally, Windows 98 disk I had. And get this, I even found the original Baldur's Gate. The original Baldur's Gate. The original Baldur's Gate. I don't know when it came out, but I saw it. Okay, 1999. Yeah, this is it. Wow, 1998 is when this came out. I mean, I found this game in there. That's wild. That probably would have been a great game back in the day. Hell yeah, I'm glad CrowdStrike's breaking. Not bad, but it seems like that's the only stock up around highs that's really going today. That's the only one I've really seen that I've been like, yeah, that looks great. What about CCJ? Okay, CCJ is up around highs too. It might try to go on a run. Might try. Citigroup was one I was hoping for. It only broke slightly though. It's like consolidating hard right where resistance is. What about the defense stocks? LHX? Ooh. What about Lockheed Martin, LMT, NOC, Northrop, General Dynamics? Ooh, GD's doing good today. Like seeing that setup. Look at the daily on General Dynamics. That actually looks like a great continuation play on the daily chart. Wow, that looks like it could be awesome. I hope it keeps breaking or going a little bit more. It just started breaking the double top. Nice. Thanks, though, Walter. CrowdStrike was a good one, too. Their daily chart looks even better, almost. How's DraftKings today? All right, not too good, but not too bad. Penn Gaming. All right, Disney. Okay. I just don't want to see anything too crazy go on. Got the hiccup. It's actually really funny, like when my girlfriend, well, when our baby starts having hiccups is what I'm trying to say. Her stomach, it's funny feeling it. The baby having hiccups is nuts. She's to the point right now to where like you could touch her belly and it feels like the baby gives you like a high five or something. Like she's really kicking in there. Like Corbin goes 97 was a good year. That's funny. All right, guys. Well, we're probably going to call the stream here. I appreciate you joining up today, of course, leaving us on in the background. That stuff really, really helps. I hope it's some good, I hope it's nice and helpful for you to figure out what stocks are running at the moment. I always try to find the bigger runners out there and hit on the plays that have the most momentum. You know, I'm really trying to follow that momentum on these, so... Boeing, nice overhead resistance, 206.50, getting very close to that high. They've had a ton of momentum today, so let's go, guys. It's going to be a fun week. Don't forget, 1 hour before the market opens tomorrow, we get the CPI data coming out. We also have big earnings over the next few days. SE and Home Depot tomorrow. So let's go. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys walk away profitable, and today's the type of day that I think locking in some gains with and going to get a nice McRib is the way to go. So have a good one, guys. I better see those McRib pictures out there.